Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space. I hope you enjoy. Story number 1. The Solar Wall, written by Satoshi. The universe, in all of its majesty, was sprawled out before her, and Captain Rebecca Yamato never got tired of seeing it. Thousands of stars floated in the void. People had wondered for centuries whether or not there was life out there. But Rebecca and the crew of the Sunrider may have finally found proof. "Captain, this is a bad idea," said Rayner, her first officer. His voice sounded crystal clear over the radio of Rebecca's EVA suit. "Worse than Malik's idea of shooting it." "Hey, it made sense," Malik retorted. He floated in his own suit several yards away from her, unable to see Rebecca smirk. "Rayner, relax. I'll be fine." She heard him sigh. "I should at least be out there with you." "No, if something happens to me, I need you to captain the ship and leave everyone home." "But you just said that you'll..." "Captain's orders, Rayner. Besides, Malik's with me. He's just full of good ideas, right?" The two cosmonauts were linked by tether back to the Sunrider, which was at a relative stop as close as it could get to the wall. The mysterious wall. An invisible barrier that seemed to stretch out before them in all directions. The only reason that they'd known about it was because one of their scouting probes had crashed into the thing. The barrier curved slightly. Extrapolation from the curve indicated that the wall was probably a sphere around the entire Sol system. Together, Rebecca and Malik approached the wall, easing as close as possible with their tiny suit thrusters. Malik tried to take the lead, but Rebecca waved him off. "Pull me back if something happens," she told him. He hesitated for a few seconds before giving a wary thumbs-up gesture. Steadying herself for a moment, Rebecca closed the distance. "Contact in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The woman pressed her hand completely against the barrier. Nothing happened. She lifted her hand away. There was an imprint of green light where she had touched the barrier. The image had the bulky shape of a glove at first, but slowly, however, the image shrank, seeming to revise itself and cut away the frivolities, reducing itself to the base form, the unmistakable shape of a human hand. A brilliant light surrounded her. She heard an indistinct shout over the radio before all sight and sound disappeared. Rebecca realized that her spacesuit was gone. Panic set in for a few moments before she noticed that she was breathing just fine. Looking around her, she saw nothing. No stars, no ship, just blackness. There was no sound but her own racing heartbeat. "You are not worthy," boomed a voice that made Rebecca jump. A colossal face, dwarfing even the Sunrider, floated in from the shadows. Face, she noted, through the encroaching dread, was a loose term here. The thing had several bits that resembled eyes and a few slits here and there that might have been for breathing. But other than that, it was completely alien. Rebecca took a few moments to compose herself. "I'm not worthy for what?" She wanted to grab something or collapse to the floor, but there was nothing here to save her and the face. The thing seemed to loom closer. "We have been watching your species, primitive, unruly, warlike." The words creeped into her mind as her initial panic ebbed, enough for logical thought to shine through. Who are you?" "Irrelevant. Your race has progressed enough to reach the barrier, but the galaxy has no need for barbarians. You will remain enclosed." "No, you can't do that," she clenched her fists. "Our race has always dreamed of exploring the stars. You can't just lock us in here." "We can. We have done it many times. Your species will be free to live however it sees fit within the prison. We will not exterminate you. You will eventually do that yourselves, as is the fate of all barbaric races." "So this is what you do then, huh? Lock up civilizations that scare you?" Rebecca stared into what she thought was eyes. "For the good of the galaxy, potential dangers must be contained." The thing stared back. "Your anger is apparent. Make your threats, if you must. It would not be a unique occurrence." Rebecca floated there for a few seconds, choosing her words carefully. "Then, teach us." For the first time, the alien seemed at a loss for words. Teach? Yes. Guide us. You said that we're too unruly, not worthy. Then help us become worthy. You wish to improve? The thing moved even closer. I want to see the stars. My people want to see the stars. We want to meet the rest of the galaxy. It's been my dream, our dream, for decades. And I'm sure most of us would love to leave our barbaric ways behind. We just need a little help. You would speak for your entire race? Rebecca hesitated. Well, they may not all agree, but enough could be convinced in time. I'm sure of it. The alien hung there for a minute, saying nothing. Finally, it began to float away. Very well. You have piqued the interest of my people. We are en route. Rebecca's eyes fluttered open. She was lying in an airlock, staring at Malik's worried face. The man's expression grew into a smile. What the hell, Captain? Don't scare us like that. Thank God you didn't shoot it, she said with a groan. She pulled herself to a sitting position, noting that her spacesuit was back on, save for the helmet. What happened? The whole wall lit up like a Christmas tree, and you went limp. I pulled you back in, and you've been unconscious for a few minutes. Rayna's voice came over the radio. Please tell me that Captain Yamato is awake. I'm here, Rebecca answered. Oh, thank God. All right, you better get up here. As Rebecca and Malik reached the bridge, Rayna started speaking without prompt. The wall's going down. What, really? Yes, and, something's coming through. The entire bridge crew watched as a massive vessel, with a design unlike anything seen on Earth, sailed through where the wall had once been. Sounds of exclamation and wonder echoed across the ship. Huh. I was starting to wonder if it was all a dream, Rebecca mumbled. Rayna raised an eyebrow. If what was a dream? She turned to him and gave him a nervous smile. Hopefully we've just made a friend? End of story. Story number 2. The Song of Humanity, written by Weird Spectre. We came to their skies during an age of darkness, and banished it with light, knowledge, and technology. We cured their plagues, healed their sores, banished their cruelest illnesses. They asked if we were gods, but we said, no, we're something far better than that. Our song is humanity, and we're going to the stars. Want to come with? And with that, our song became one more. We came across their worlds during an era of strife, watched 2 planets teeter on the brink, and we banished their wars with kindness, duty, and understanding. We fixed their minds with mass psychology and freedom, fixed their economies by breaking the false dichotomy of profit and empathy, cured the worst demons of their nature with love and justice and viruses that diffused their grand arsenals. They asked if we were jinn, and we said, no, we're something far more trustworthy than that. Our song is humanity, and we are going to the stars. Want to come with? And with that, our song became one more. We found their lands during an epoch of sickness, and so we slayed the Reaper for them, brought them clean water and better living and safe sex. We freed them from the shackles of death, granted them eternal life, and taught them that to fight and die over a small patch of land, on some mote of dust, in some insignificant smear of gas, amongst a smattering of stars, on a beach of untold galaxies, was silly, as they'd always suspected deep down. They asked if we were tricksters, and we said, no, we are more fun than that. Our song is humanity, and we're going to the stars. Want to come? And with that, our song became one more. We reached their nebula in an aeon of great expansion, and we taught them both to value what they had and to never become weary of the vast ocean of the cosmos. For them, we brought the value of little things, the appreciation of days as much as the centuries, and we granted them access to the ocean of suns beyond their little bubble. and we taught them the secrets of the stars. They asked if we were sorcerers, and we said no. We're so much smarter than that. Our song is humanity, and we're going to the stars. Want to come with? And with that, our song became one more. We reached their dim little red sun during an age of estimation. We learned much from them about things we thought were old and things we knew were yet to come. In exchange, we taught them the value of novelty, the importance of growth, discovery, life. We taught them that their million-year slumber meant nothing if it didn't fuel a golden age of great art, high science, shining culture. They asked if we were young and rash, a species that might turn to dust before the standards of deep time. And we said, no. One way or another, you'll be stuck with us for a long time. Our song is humanity, and we're going to the stars. Want to come? And with that, our song became one more. We touched their world during an epoch of uncertainty and corruption, and banished it with perfect knowledge, with a common goal, a grand project. We taught them to work together, to cooperate rather than defect, to accept compromise in order to fix a broken world. For them, we set the world free, taught them that there are better toys to play with than guns and bombs and propaganda. We slaughtered suffering, killed God, and set the world to rights. They asked if we were like the politicians and tyrants that they'd known. We said no. We grew out of that. Our song is humanity, and we're going to the stars. Want to come with? And then we came to you. And for the first time, you didn't try and fit us into what you already knew. You didn't ask if we were gods, or demons, or tricksters, or warlords, but you did ask us who we were. We're 100 million worlds basking in the light of 10 million stars. We stretch from arm to shining arm of this galaxy. We're 1,000 species, with twice as many homes, but we share one heart, one soul, one song. Ours is a song of humanity, and we've never forgotten where we came from. The first who sung that ballad 1,000 generations ago, we were just like you. Only we had to fight the darkness in ourselves and the world around us alone. We crawled out of the dirt of superstition and madness and cruelty alone. We fought tooth and claw for every inch of ground we gained, against our own worst natures and a hostile universe. We brought nature to heal, tamed the plants and animals, and then ourselves. And then we began the quest to tame nature itself. We found friends along the way, eventually, and over and over. They vindicated the better angels of our nature just as easily as they taught us how best to treat the crueler symptoms of the human condition. We've done this for 25,000 years, and some of us are old enough to remember the start of it. For all those who made it, and in honor for all those who didn't, we are going to the stars. Want to come with? End of story. I just quickly want to thank the Tier 5 patrons and channel members: Alithia Barkey, Kem Maxwell, Casper Arnholtz, Albard and Guster, Arcadian, Lord Azrakal, and Joachim Backer.